Everybody, we want to welcome to the Jimmy Star Show the fantastic, wonderful, fabulous Doug Jones. Hello and welcome to the Jimmy Star Show. Yay,
Doug.
Well, thank you so much for having me.
Before we get started, let me introduce you to everybody, starting off with my cool, outrageous man about town, Mr. Ron Russell.
Hey, how are you? And I was happy to see you don't have the stitches in your mouth.
Well, I had those removed, 23 years ago, yes.
But you know how sad I felt for your character. You were the cat that was locked in, or the boy locked in the cat. No, you weren't. You were the guy, the grave guy with the
zombie grave guy who loses his head.
Yes, I was Billy Butcherson, and Thackeray Binks was the cat, who's now Sean Murray, who plays on, he's been on NCIS for many years now.
Wait a minute. When at the very end, when everybody became normal again, and your stitches left and the sawdust blew out of your mouth, who were you then? I don't remember.
Well, I was still the zombie Billy Butcherson. I just cut my mouth open. I just cut the stitches open and finally coughed out everything and laid into Bette Midler because she deserved it.
Right. And then you went into the grave, right?
And then I went back into my grave once I helped the kids, complete their mission. By the way, for those who don't know, we're talking about the movie Hocus Pocus.
I am telling you, that's like his favorite movie, and I had never seen it. I saw it this year at Halloween for the first time, but that's like his favorite movie.
You.
Hang on, also, we got to introduce him. So we got the man behind the boards, Chad Murphy.
Hey, Doug, welcome to the show, sir.
Oh, hey, Chad Murphy. Thanks for having me.
Good to have you.
Chat room full of people, so say hey to everybody in the chat room.
Oh, hey, everybody in the chat room. I saw that earlier, that there's a whole bunch of people typing and things are scrolling, and the kids today and their technology. Right.
But you do Twitter, because that's how we've met you at Twitter.
I do. That's how we connected. Yeah, I'm doing the Instagram and the Facebook and I'm on the LinkedIn. I'm on the Tumblr. I'm trying. Well, the one I don't get is the Snapchat. I don't understand the Snapchat.
I don't get the Snapchat either, because I joined it and I got all these messages on my phone, people sending me stuff, and I don't understand it either. And I even did the YouTube tutorial for morons, and I still don't get it.
Okay, I'm with you, baby. I don't know.
We're about the same age group. We're in the same age.
Sure.
So
sure.
There's just something wrong. But Twitter's the one. Which would you guys, if you want to follow Doug Jones on Twitter, it's at actor Doug Jones on Twitter, and his website is DougJonesExperience.com. And dude, I want to say congratulations, because you have have had and are still having such an epic career. I can't even believe it. He loves Hocus Pocus.
Well, wait, I want to go back to Hocus Pocus.
Okay, go back to Hocus.
Doug, I am a major fan of this. In fact, last Halloween I got in drag and I sang. I put a spell on you. I did the whole thing. Now listen, I know Bette Midler. Okay, I was at a house where Bette Midler was changing her daughter's diaper when she was a baby. That's how many years ago I met Bette. So disappointed. I expected Bette Midler, the campy broad, and there was this mother wiping a kid's ass. So it wasn't glamour. Rumor has it, they're going to do a remake of Hocus Pocus. What's that about?
That would be mostly rumor. Yes, there has been a sequel talked about among the Disney studio people, but it's not the same. But you've seen fan art and posters and things online for Hocus Pocus 2. They're taking over New York City. The witch is back. That's all fan made. Great fans with great imaginations and great Photoshop skills. But that's not the official thing yet. The official thing has not happened, but I was pitched an idea about being a part of it. So it looks like if they do a real sequel, if the studio makes one, that Billy Butcherson, my zombie character, would return, and that's my hope too.
It wouldn't be the same without you. You were such
a
part. No, you were your character was a very important part of that movie.
Okay, hold on, though. Then if we're going to talk about rumors, because I was on IMDb looking at all your stuff, which I've seen almost everything, and, dude, you have, 20 things that are getting ready to come out or, get worked on. You're I've never seen – we have a lot of people who are, really busy, but I think you're probably, the busiest. But one of the things that there's a rumor of is that Abe Sapien's coming back for, a new Hellboy.
No. Well, yeah, that's another one that's been rumored. That's been on my IMDb page for maybe a couple of years now.
Oh, has it really? I didn't know that.
Yeah. Hellboy 3 is not. Don't hold your breath for that one.
Okay. No, because I was about to suffocate.
Well, thank you. Well, Hellboy 1 and 2 made enough money, but not so much that it demanded another sequel. And I think the budget that is expected or wanted for a part 3 would be bigger than the first two. And so is there a studio out there willing to cough up $120 million or whatever whatever they need? And so getting a guarantee on your return, that's all marketing, smart guy money talk that I don't understand. But Ron Perlman, Selma Blair, and I want to return in our characters, and Guillermo del Toro would love to direct a third one, but we don't have $120 million. So
Absolutely.
That's the hard.
Well, I'll send you a check.
Yeah.
That'd be very sweet. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, so then going on, because like going back to Guillermo del Toro, which I can't even pronounce his name, so like you've worked with him a bunch. And
I have.
And I guess probably like I don't know if it's like if you consider it your most iconic role or not, because I'm such a superhero fan. But Pan's Labyrinth, where you play Pan, and everybody in the chat room was typing about, oh my God, he's the guy from Pan. He played Pan and everything, like, and it did get 6 Academy Award nominations.
Right.
And and you are like big king shit in this film, and it's super like fabulous. So tell us a little bit about, I don't know, something cool about Pan's Labyrinth that maybe people don't know, or like how iconic it was. Because I mean, you were already making great movies before that, and since then you've made like phenomenal great movies. So like your career is fantastic, but this definitely had to be like a jump.
Oh, no, absolutely it was. It was a page turner and a definer of my career, the Pan's Labyrinth, that changed everything. Because of my association with director Guillermo del Toro. We actually met on Mimic in 1997. And he came back for me 5 years later for the first Hellboy movie. Then came Pan's Labyrinth, then Hellboy 2, then Crimson Peak, and in the meantime, I'm also a recurring guest on his TV show, The Strain, on FX channel. Which here's a plug. Season 3 of The Strain will be on FX channel Sunday nights this coming summer, and of course, I'm returning for 3 episodes as the leader of the Ancients. Okay, so anyway, but most recently, Crimson Peak, I was 2 of his ghost ladies in that. And we have another movie we're starting this July. We're going to be filming up in Toronto. Shh. But anyway, I'm not supposed to say anything about it. So, but I'm very excited about that. It's an original piece. It's not a sequel. It's nothing you've heard of, no title you've heard of before. It's all something brand new that he wrote. But going back to Pan's Labyrinth, yes, that was when he offered that to me and told me that no one can play the faun but you. He sent an email to me with all of this very, very, like, a finger in my face. You have to play this part. Read the script and get back to me. And then he said, and while you're at it, have a look at the Pale Man character. I'm like, oh. So I thought, yeah, you cheap ass, you want 2 characters for the price of 1. I get it. But by the same token, though, he had a very specific reason in mind why he wanted one actor to play both of those parts. The Fawn character, of course, being integral and being the title character, Pan, the Fawn, I was very integral to the story and helping little Ophelia learn her lessons and informing her of who she was, where she came from, what she needs to do to get back there. Come back and join us. The underworld is failing without you. Blah, blah, blah. So all that information had to come from the Fawn in Spanish. I don't speak Spanish, so I had to buckle down and learn that one. So when you're delivering reams and reams of dialogue in a language you don't speak, in addition to a 5-hour makeup application every day, that was the hardest thing I have ever done, ever. So
you do that a lot.
I hope you were paid well, because that's like triple work. It really is. I mean, I would flip out. It's very difficult to act in English when you want to get something across, let alone in a language you're not quite sure what you're saying.
But you do that a lot. You've done that several times.
I did it a second time in French for the movie Gainsbourg, Vie Héroïque, which is Gainsbourg, A Heroic Life, based on the life of singer-songwriter Serge Gainsbourg. So French dialogue is even harder. Oh, my gosh.
Okay, so then you've got, because you have so many like cool, iconic like things. Okay, I'm a big Hellboy, obviously, and I was a big fan of Rise of the Silver Surfer. I like the old Fantastic Four. I know the new one came out last year, and we just did a thing about the 10 worst movies of last year, and that got picked as one of the 10 worst ones.
Oh, okay.
I don't think that, because I watch every superhero movie, and I don't think it really lived. I mean, it was fun, but it was not like the ones that you were in. I think that the casting and everything was fantastic, and Silver Surfer's like so iconic. But then, so one of my favorite roles of all your, and it's not a huge role, but I was a big fan of Legion, and you're the ice cream man. You're like the creepiest mofo you've ever seen in the world in that movie. Like how was doing that movie? Because I know that's not like as big as a lot of the other movies that you've done, but like you're like the pivotal, like iconic, like person in that film.
Yeah, but sometimes the movie doesn't have to be big. The actor can do just 2 minutes and be fabulous.
I know, and he was fabulous.
And pull the movie up from being a dog.
I wasn't a dog. It was awesome. I
know.
loved it.
The movie was good, but the character was weird.
Yeah, it was awesome.
And really scary.
Like, how did you like?
Well, I love being in Legion. Legion was actually a big wide release, of course, with Paul Bettany and Kevin Durant and Tyrese Gibson was in it, and oh gosh, Dennis Quaid and they had a great cast. But I was in the movie for about 90 seconds. It was what we would call a cameo, but it was sort of like the first raindrop in a storm of when I showed up at the.
Look, and we're fans of yours, and we remember that. So that for that 90 seconds, I guess registered with millions of people. Just understand yourself with 90.
I'll take it. Thank you. It's very kind.
I've seen movies for 3 hours, and they did nothing for me. And your 90 seconds was fabulous. So
you're very kind,
my friend.
No, I like that. And my other big thing is because I'm a superhero fan. I'm a big fan of the Arrow. John Barrowman. We had John Barrowman on our show.
Who we
plays
love.
the Dark Archer, and that's actually our #1 ever show. We have 8 million downloads of our show with John Barrowman on it.
Who's as crazy as I am.
He's like super like crazy and everything. And so you got to play your Deathbolt in an episode of both of those. And like do you like the superhero thing? Because
I do, and I think that the whole world of sci-fi, horror, comic books, fantasy, that whole world seems to like me, which I'm very grateful for. When I was offered to play Deathbolt on Arrow, I was introduced on Arrow and then crossed over, did an episode of The Flash, and I think they killed me off, if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, it was very exciting to be a villain. I've been heroes, as the Silver Surfer. I was a kind of a villain turned hero. And then, of course, in the Hellboy movies, as Abe Sapien, the Blue Fish guy, I'm a part of the hero team. And I'm getting into an age bracket where villains are becoming more juicy and lovely. And when you're a villain, you get to chew the scenery. You get to be a little bit outside the box, a little bigger than normal, and that's kind of how I live anyway. So the villain of Deathbolt it kind of came to me naturally. Yeah.
I love it. I think it's too that cool because I want to talk a little bit about you have a cool movie called My Name Is Jerry, and that was actually written for you, and you're actually like not in costume. And I noticed on your IMDb too, you have a lot more stuff coming out. Obviously you're well known because you're the guy who you must be able to make your body do a lot of really weird positions and stuff because of all the stuff you have to do. But you're always like the creature that everybody knows who's like bigger than life and everything, but now you're also getting a lot of roles where you're just you, and I think it's really cool. And how is that different for you? And then tell us a little bit about My Name Is Jerry.
Wow.
Oh no, now more than ever, I'm being offered roles with my own face as a human, but I think once you're known and once you're pigeonholed, and I don't think pigeonholing is a bad thing. It means you're pigeonholable, right? So I mean that's actually a good thing. If someone's hiring you for something, take it, do it. I say. So getting pigeonholed as a guy who wears lots of latex foam rubber and does and plays monsters. That was fine. So what that's enabled me to do is have a name out there that other directors and writers want to then. Let's see if we can put him in a role as a human, and wouldn't that be different? That's how Legion happened for me playing the Ice Cream Man. It was kind of a crossover where I appeared as a human and then kind of morphed into something hideous in front of your face. But then other things like My Name Is Jerry is a sweet. Is a sweet indie story about it's a coming of middle age story that was written just for me because I am a middle-aged white guy who's been through a midlife crisis, so I understood Jerry better than I wanted to, it was available on Netflix. I think if you go to YouTube, you can watch My Name Is Jerry in its entirety for free if you log in. I think you have to log in first. And of course it's on the Amazon as well. But it's it's just a lovely, sweet independent film that that tells a good story about what it's like to grow into your middle age. It's also got 20-somethings in it that Jerry, my character, connects with. So it's discovering the 20-somethings discovering themselves for the first time, a 40-something discovering himself for the next time, and it also it addresses father-daughter relationship that I have with my estranged daughter, divorced parents, kids, and what happens to them in the mix. It's all kind of addressed, and it's what I would call a dramedy. So it's got its drama, but it's also got a very lighthearted comedic take on it.
It got really good reviews everywhere, and you won a Best Actor award. So
I did. I went on the festival circuit. The festival circuit was very good to us. A lot of awards, including from a little self, but. I also had the pleasure of working with Raquel Welch. I know. Recently, we did a Hallmark Channel movie.
I know, Rex.
Oh, you do? You know about
she's unbelievable.
Actually, Ron used to have a TV show in California called Set the Record Straight. Yeah. It was on Time Warner, and would interview all the legends of Hollywood, and he interviewed
everybody.
Jane Russell, Tab Hunter, all the older,
Lauren Bacall, Chris, everybody. But anyway, Raquel and I were together at a party years ago, and all we talked about was facelifts, cap teeth. I mean, the two
facelifts and teeth.
We were cap.
Oh, capped teeth.
We were getting facelifts. Botox had just come out. Raquel and I did nothing for the whole evening but talk about our faces. She went, I went, she went, and at the very end, I said, "Do you think we're self-centered or conceited?" And she said, "Absolutely not. We're actors."
I knew it was just on not too long ago.
I love her.
Right?
I love Raquel.
Yeah, I do too. The movie, yes, it was called The Ultimate Legacy. It was on Hallmark Movies and Mysteries. It'll be coming out on DVD and soon as a box set with it's the last of a trilogy. The Ultimate Gift, The Ultimate Life, and The Ultimate Legacy is the one that we're in. So that'll be a box set that'll be available at Target, Walmart, all those kind of things soon. And I think you can also, if you go to Amazon Prime or Amazon something, you can probably stream The Ultimate Legacy now if you want to see Raquel looking fabulous at 75 years old.
Yep, with the same age.
Yeah, he just turned 76 on Saturday.
Raquel and I talked about that.
About that. And you look great.
Well, so does she. We don't believe in aging, and she feels as I do. We don't think age. We think young always, and we firmly believe that it slows the aging process down if you think young. She's exquisitely gorgeous in person with a magnificent smile, and got a little bit of a bitchy sharpness to her cuteness, which I love. There's a side of that's a little. You've discovered that, right?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Are you kidding? You can't be around her and not discover that.
But it's charming, and I love it because it's kind of like Beverly Hills bitch. And I enjoy that. She's kind of snobby in a little bitchy way, but she has every right to be. I mean, look at her at 75 years old. She's got a body of death, a face that could launch God knows what ships. She's so beautiful. And women hate her, and they're envious of her, and they say dreadful things about her.
I loved it. I can't. We're going to see it when it comes out. I'm going to see it. I didn't see it when I saw you tweeted it out, and I retweeted it from Raquel's thing, to try to drum up people watching it, but we have not.
Oh, great. Thank you.
Yeah. Anytime you need to tweet things out to lots of people, just add me at the end. I retweet it.
Yeah, and if you want to push a movie, come back on. We'll push for you.
So hold on though. Okay, so then you've done commercials. You've done all these big movies. I have two questions differently related, but one of them is because you do a lot of indie stuff and you do a lot of $100 million movie stuff, both. And you don't see a lot of actors doing that. Where once they start making the $50 to $100 million movies, they dump the little $2 million, $1 million movies. But you don't do that, which I commend you on. I think that's really cool.
He's an actor.
It's very helping.
Actors act.
But it also helps. It helps young filmmakers and people who don't have big budgets to be able to bring great talent to their films. Also, maybe gives you an opportunity to do things that you wouldn't normally get to do because maybe a big film wouldn't let you do that. Like My Name is Jerry, where maybe somebody with a $100 million film is going to cast, I don't know, Ben Affleck or somebody else to do it and not give you the opportunity. So it gives you a chance to do both. But I don't even have a question about it. It's more of a commendation, saying, thank you. I think that really helps. We're an independent show. We're a big independent show. And people like you help make our show grow. And it's the fact that you give back to the community and you're giving back, even though you're benefiting, you're also doing a lot to help others, and I think that's really cool.
Based on this subject matter right now, I'm going to tell a story. I'm going to go back many years when I did a film with Vincent Price, okay? You know the film I'm talking about. And we were running down Hollywood Boulevard because the daylight was coming up, and we were all vampires, and we were about to burst into flames or whatever. And Vincent Price had a sense of humor that you can't imagine. That sophisticated, elegant man was the head vampire, and he's running down the street and silent, because there's no sound, of course. He's saying, "Move your asses, move your ass," to all the vampires. And you think, anyway, I have balls. I guess I was in an interview with them before I knew it. And I said to Vincent, I said, this film really is not paying much, like maybe $100 a day. He said, it's a job, and it's acting, and that's what I do. He said, I'm an actor. He said, I don't care what the film costs. He said, it's a job, and I enjoy it. And I respected him so for that, because Vincent Price really never made the money that other stars made. He was a great actor, believe me, in the 30s and 40s. He was one in Laura. He was fabulous. But here we were, 1962, 3, 4, running down Hollywood Boulevard in a movie called something, Lunch at Mummy's or something. Or Breakfast at Mummy's. We're running out of time.
3 minutes.
I'm sorry, I'm not going to hog it up with that. Anyway, the moral of the story is a real actor like you works because he's an actor, not necessarily because the film is a lot of money. I know Paul Newman and also Robert Redford. If the part's good, they'll take it and they'll work for scale.
Well, honestly, that's the magic. If it's the right script, the right character, the right director, and other actors I get to play with, then the money is not the biggest issue if it fits in my schedule, right? So that's exactly what I want to do.
That's how I know a real actor. When I hear an actor say, I act, that's what I do.
Also, we've got 2 minutes. I got to go quick. All right, you guys. Also, I just think it's really cool because I was going to say movies, commercials, and everything, but you've got music videos. You've been in a Madonna music video, Red Hot Chili Peppers music video, the Tories music video, and Marilyn Manson. So props, because that's like dope. I think that's like
and it's a different medium altogether. Music videos are great fun to be in, and especially if you like the artist that you're doing it for. A lot. I had great fun. I would love to do another one soon, but
You never know. I work with a record label with a lot of big artists, so like if we start doing videos and we need something, I'll let you know. But you can act. Is there one actor like on the planet that you think, oh my God, I would really like to work with him that you haven't had a chance to work with? Because I know you've already worked with like freaking everybody.
I would like to be on screen with Johnny Depp. I'd like to be on screen with Anthony Hopkins. I'd like to be on screen with James Franco.
There you go. That's awesome.
Good choice. Anthony Hopkins is a doll. I know him also. He's a wonderful man, and I'm sure working with him, it's got to be total pro.
You got to love it. All right, so what's the next big thing we should be looking for you? What's the next thing that's coming out that we want to tell everybody to go see?
All right, The Strain, 3 episodes this summer on FX Channel Sunday nights. I'm the leader of the Ancients. Then October 21st, Ouija Part 2 comes out. You'll see me in 2 cameos, one human, one not. Okay. And then December 9th will be the wide release theatrically across the country of The Bye-Bye Man, in which I play the Bye-Bye Man.
Which is, hint, 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 which is?
The Bye-Bye Man is an evil entity that if you say his name, he might show up. Okay. We also have Carrie-Anne Moss in the movie and the legendary Faye Dunaway.
There you go. All right.
Oh, she's a bitch. Beware.
Oh.
She is. I know people that work with her.
He can't say that. He just
I'm just telling him, be careful of her. She's a bitch.
But I've already worked with her, and I don't know.
That was good.
Listen, Betty Davis.
Diplomacy.
Wait, I knew Betty Davis. She was a good buddy of mine, and she worked with Faye Dunaway.
Oh, we got 1 minute.
And Betty Davis turned around and she said, I can't think of her name, Miriam Hopkins, who was a bitch. She said, but she was nothing like that Faye Dunaway bitch.
Also, tomorrow, Thursday, will be a new episode of a fun web series called Inside the Extras Studio, a take on the real show. And I play myself, Doug Jones, and might be a zombie on this. So they'll be on the YouTube tomorrow. If you look up Mildly Fearsome Films or 1620 Media, those channels will have Inside the Extras Studio. My episode will be on tomorrow.
Because we're fans of yours, and we're going to see a lot of you because you've got great talent.
You've got great talent,
and
Doug.
you're going to
Thank
be
you so
around
much.
for a long time. You're going to be a great actor who's going to work. You're no flash,
Bless you,
my friend.
Thank you so
Love
much.
you,
Doug.
Thank you.
Hey, say
Enjoy
hi to your family,
Doug.
your wife. Say
Bye.
hi. Bye, everybody. Bye. See you.
Bye.
I will. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Take care.
All right, everybody. That's it. See you guys next week. Thank you so much. Chad, what'd you think? He was cool, right?
You rock 'em. You rock 'em, sock 'em. Let's go.
And he's a really good actor, too.
Yeah, he's phenomenal. So, everybody, thanks so much. Tune in next week. We'll see you guys next week. Chat room. Thank you, everybody. Peace out. Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.
Speaking everywhere in. Yo, I'm a Liverpool MC. You can't diss me. Big up the girls inside the party. Let's get down to crazy Jimmy. Big up myself and known as Alfie, the one and only, the Turkish MC.
Always love the clothes of Jimmy.
British punk, yo, wanna be.